overthinking about my life. I've been overthinking about my life and everything that I got going on. I ain't gonna switch, I ain't gonna change my life. I'm gonna ride until the wheels fall off.
Welcome back to another episode of. Let me start that over real quick. For some reason, it's been a while. I'm a little rusty, like I'm back in Rust in MW2.
He always be bringing that shit up.
MW2.
You know, he told me the other day, yo, he was like, you know, they're bringing it out. Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
They're remastering
it. I can't wait.
It's bad.
I was like, oh my goodness.
If they remaster MW2, it's bad. I'm quitting everything. I'm going to be an MW2 player. I'm going back to my roots.
Streaming.
I'm going back to my roots. So look me up. What was my name?
You had too many of them.
Cheeto Power _. That was my last one. That was Cheeto Power. I had to I had to represent for Cheeto Power. Puto Bob. Frank would say that shit. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. This episode is number 9. And today we got our, how do I even describe this guy? Cameraman, our video man, our editor, the person who sets it all up.
Everything. We just on this mother effer talking. I almost cuss. I'm trying not to cuss as much, but we just on here talking. You know what I'm saying? He does everything else.
Yeah, we just be bullshitting, and he's the one who he does all the work behind the cameras. So for the ones who haven't put a face to the Juice audio, here he is, man. Welcome, Josiah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm glad he's on. I'm glad he's on.
Damn near, basically.
We episode 1. We were at. I was nervous. Episode 1, you got all these lights and all this stuff, and we had some Terramon. I was like, bro, hop on the first episode because I don't know at the top. I'm just he's like, nah, not yet. So it worked out good. Episode 9, it's better than episode 1. So glad you're on, man.
We're gonna have him on earlier.
Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight, though? How's everybody doing? How you doing, man?
It's good, man. Just been relaxing this week. It's like a vacation for me this week.
Good. I see.
Chilling, man. Biking, shooting.
And I seen that today. You said back to my old roots or something like that. Yeah. I saw you biking today.
Yeah. At the levee. It's like an old spot I used to go to with my brothers.
At the levee?
Yeah.
I was wondering where you're at. I was like, it looks like some hills. I was like, I wonder if it's in Chico or something, like some other bike place that Yuba City doesn't have.
It's bad now. There's straight bums out there, though. It's bad.
Over there sleeping, hanging out.
There used to be a couple, I feel like, back in the day, but now, man, I ain't been in a long time, but I know what you're saying. Like
they got like generators. It's like a campsite.
For real?
Yeah, it's crazy. No, real.
Oh, they're living, huh?
Yeah.
I wonder how they got these generators, though.
I
don't care how they got them.
Gotta live.
As long as they're from our spot, at the shop. It's funny. I was telling, who was I telling the other day this too, about one of our guys who worked for our dad, DeMarcus. Shout out DeMarcus. He went to go wash his clothes at a washing machine. What are they called? Like a laundromat.
Yeah.
Eurostegi plastering clothes. And like 2 days later, we were at your house. Remember this shit? We were at your house, fresh early in the morning. Some guy drives his bike around the corner. Eurostegi plastering. I was like, but there's this shit right there. There it is. There it goes.
Someone stole his shit.
Yeah. So these homeless people, they're just hitting licks. They're just finding ways to live comfortable. They got generators, tents. They probably got cookers and toasters and some stuff like chargers and phones.
All types of shit.
The new time we're in, man. Even the homeless are figuring some things out.
Gotta find a way to get connected to the internet somehow, huh? Yeah, everybody.
No, I definitely think that there's so much money out there. I feel like, I seen something DaBaby was actually doing in Charlotte. They were like building like this little kind of homes kind of area or something like that, and kind of giving like I wouldn't say all homeless, but like parents who have kids like in need somewhere to live, somewhere to sleep, instead of like sleeping on the streets or something like that. So I think like bro, there's so much money out there. I mean, I don't know how that can logically make sense, for like the government or for like the city for them to like really put power, or if there's certain ways they can do something like that. But I feel like we should help out more, but I don't see it happening. The world we live in, they don't care about
It's a whole lot
anyone,
that goes into it.
Yeah, they don't care about anyone besides the upper class and stuff like that.
It's a whole lot that goes into it.
Class. So we want to apologize real quick, y'all, that we have been gone. We have all been kind of doing some things, little busy. Everyone works and some other little things that kind of go on. But even in a few days, so we're gonna do episode 9 today, and episode 10 will come out next week, or however we'll drop it. Episode 9 will come out Thursday, tomorrow. Anyways. I probably apologize for lagging on you guys. We're about to pick, this back up. He's actually about to go out of town.
See my grandparents again, baby.
Do you have? I know you were going somewhere on the 6th. Are you going somewhere for like a week for?
Oh no, it's just a day thing.
Just for the day, okay. But he's gonna be gone for 6 days, and we're gonna have to still shoot at least a video in that time. If not, we'll have no videos. So you guys might see a video just me and him, and we might just bring someone on else, like a buddy of ours, to kind of just, just keep conversations going and stuff like that. It won't be the same, obviously, but we just want to let you guys know we apologize. We're about to pick this back up. And, just glad to see you all again. And we know we want to get into this episode. Really want to, kind of share. You guys kind of know who we are already. We want to share Josiah, Juice Audio. He will actually drop his ad in the video. Juice Audio. Make sure you drop your ad in there. Let the people know for who don't follow, for the ones who don't follow you. And so I kind of want to get in today, talking about you. So I met you, man, in high school, my junior year. We met in, I think, an art class, I believe, something like that. And I remember way back in the days that you were talking about, I might be wrong, like media stuff. Maybe not media stuff at the time, but more like mixing. You were always doing stuff with beats, right? You were doing stuff with beats. So kind of going back to then, exactly what was it then and kind of what is it you're doing now? Kind of let the people know.
So like back in high school, I was like making beats a little bit, and then like recording people. I had like a weird fascination with recording, so I'd be recording like Halstead and all them, and they'd pay me a little something. It wasn't too much, but those days I'm like super thankful for, because I learned how to deal with not the best, which is what you had, and make it sound good. Like we were recording in just the middle of nowhere, and like I would pull my little to go set up to their house and we would record. I did that with a few people, and then it was getting the ball rolling. That's basically like where I fell in love with like mixing and stuff. But at first it was like at church. I learned it all mostly from church.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What got you into even wanting to mix?
I always played like drums my whole life. I remember when I was a little kid, we had a little band,
Okay.
just hitting stuff basically, And then when I was like 3rd, 4th grade with like my neighbors. But then after that, I've always played in church. So then this one dude like that came, and he's like showing us new stuff, like how to do this, how to do that. So he like showed me how to mix. Like it just didn't make sense. I was like probably like 7th grade. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's like, it sounds good now, So that's how I got started. Then that was back then when we were mixing on little analog desks with little knobs and all that stuff. So but now it's like all digital and whatnot. But yeah, that's where I learned that, and I was like, man, I want to make some cool songs with people and stuff. So that's how I got it started. And now like I'm working as an engineer, and what I've done these past couple of years is like nothing compared to what I'm about to do, because I had no time. I was just kind of like a hobby. But now like I'm about to do it full time. So
Focus on it.
yeah, now it's like all I'm doing now.
That's dope. So you just said, we'll touch on it real quick. You said that you haven't had no time, and that's because I'm assuming you and your brother own a Pizza Guys, right?
Yeah.
He's actually wearing his hat, Pizza Guys, and you guys just sold Pizza Guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, how did you even kind of get into the whole Pizza Guy? We won't dive too deep into it, but how did you even get into Pizza Guys, and kind of where are you at now with it? And
it has basically nothing to do with me. It was just all my brother. I was just there just to work with him. It's like a little family thing. And so my brother, it's crazy how this dude came about. He was like super young when he bought it, and he's always had a business mindset ever since we're little kids. Like I could talk about other stuff we did when we were kids, like little videos and all that funny stuff. But he eventually worked his way up when he was young, saved up some money, bought a store, and then bought another store. And then a couple years later, we just sold it, and super thankful for every moment we had there.
yeah, that's dope, dude.
Yeah.
That's honestly, that's dope.
Yeah, that's tight.
Knowing you own a Pizza Guys, knowing you own something,
What do you plan to do with the profit or with the money from?
So now,
If you don't mind.
yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
The end goal with anything for us is like real estate, stocks, just not to work and make money,
Mm-hmm. Let
So-
your money work for you.
Yeah, do the work for you. We were working hard. I'm not gonna lie. We were just sitting around the office, and just,
Yeah.
just chilling. Like it was hard work, driving and stuff. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was like it wasn't easy. So now we've kind of figured we're at a point when we have something to get something else started, some real estate, something we always wanted for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So we'll get something going with that.
Hell yeah.
I think for sure. I think that your brother. I think having a business type of mindset from any age, man, is is a good mindset to have, you know, because I think you grow up on kind of like go to school, go to college, get a good job, and stuff like that, you know. So I mean, if anyone, but I think you know, or with anyone that you know what does that, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's you know, that's just you know, what the most of the population does. So I feel like a lot of people think like that's what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to do this route of kind of school, college, and get a good job and stuff like that. But you know, there's other ways. But again, that's like difficult to do. I would say even then, like bro, high school was tough, middle school was tough. Like can't imagine college and stuff like that. So I think that there's some people who get into business are like, oh, I can't wait to be my own boss. But like that's just gonna be hard as well. It might even be even harder, you know, because you are doing something probably with, you know, you don't have a fallback plan really. I mean, your fallback plan is damn, I put 5 years into this and I failed and now I got to go to college route now and do it all over again. I'm 30 years old or whatnot. So like I feel like personally, like I always knew I didn't want to just work for somebody. I always knew like I wanted to be like a businessman and have my own thing and own some things and stuff like that with myself or with partners or with like a family member or whatnot. So that's cool that you guys got into Pizza Guys and like it's even like more interesting that you guys are saying like we want to do real estate because I know you do stocks, so like you want to do real estate. That's good because like I feel like more of us should actually like work to do that. So would you say that you and your brother are both gonna kind of like do it together, like, or are you kind of gonna go your separate ways now? You're gonna do like real estate and stocks. He's gonna do the same thing, or do you think you're gonna like stay as like a unit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's more like a unit. Like none of that stuff that we did so far has to do with me. I consider like that it was like a season of my life when I'm just paying my dues, basically just with the family, you know. But now I'm into what I really want to do and what I dream about and what I think about 24/7 while I was there is doing audio and stuff. So now I invested in the equipment. I'm like ready to go and give it my all, you know. And I'm definitely not worried. Like it's like one of those things like when it's in the back of your head, you have no worries about it. Like it's like as long as you know where you're going, you'll get there eventually. You know, I don't care if I'm 30 and I finally have a hit or something like that. I mean, I'll be glad that I did it. You know, like I don't want to be on my deathbed one day saying like, oh, you never followed through with your dreams. You never did this and that. What if you did that? What if you actually followed through with it? You know, that's one of those things that eats me alive. You know, it's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to find something you love, and that's what you got to go and do.
Yeah.
I think that's the main goal. You got to find like a job that obviously pays well or whatever, or suits you, but that you love it. You wake up and want to go do every day, not like regret wanting to do it. So if you got a dream, you got to try and chase it for sure.
Yeah. I always tell people like, it's like when you dream stuff like that, as long as you like, basically you find something you like to do and you become the best at it, and eventually people are gonna pay you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the end goal with anything. Just do what you love. Wake up exactly doing what you love, making money.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to wake up every single day hating what they do, regretting to going to work every single day. Nobody wants to do that thing. That's why I've been where I'm at for so long. Because out of all the other jobs that I've worked, I'm like, damn, I don't want to go to work today.
Yeah.
And like I don't have that feeling right now.
Come back to work.
Yeah, right. You feel me? That was the best I've ever felt about a paycheck, but I can't do it.
You gotta do what fits you, and then you know again, like you said, if you have a vision, you gotta see it through. You know, you gotta see it through. Because I remember you were saying just behind cameras, we were talking about how like, you know, because again, you had this idea back in high school, my junior year, so that was 10 years ago. He's been doing this for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? So like it's been a long time. And a lot of people will start something and not see a
The bigger picture.
well, not see like something
result, like instantly.
there it is, see a result, right?
Quick results.
Yeah, so you do see the big picture, but if you're not seeing results, then you stop seeing the bigger picture as well. You don't see a result.
Okay.
So there was a time where I was just like, I'm about to just stop all this stuff, and then someone gave you a keyboard,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shoot, like.
Yeah.
So like, what made you, like, if you like when you got to that moment where you're like, I think I'm gonna stop this. What made you say, nah, I gotta see this all the way through?
It was like that was like when I was in high school. I was making beats, and I didn't have nothing. I was just like on my laptop, a little trash laptop, and I was making beats like with the piano on there. You know, like each little key would be a letter. So I was making beats like that, and then I was like, man, I'm just like, I just don't know what to do with this anymore. And I was like, the same day I was about to quit is when my current pastor now, he wasn't at the time. He brought me a keyboard. He's like, I don't know. I just felt like I should give you this. I was like, no way. Like I was about to quit right now. Like
Yeah.
end it all, you know?
See, that's a blessing.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here today, you know? Not saying I'm like, oh, millionaire or nothing,
Yeah,
but you know, like I've done some cool stuff and got to get paid to do with my what I love, you know? Unless I tell people like, don't be scared to do it.
Yeah.
You know, you'll get there
Anything.
eventually. Yeah.
Hell yeah,
Just
anything.
don't be scared.
You gotta take your shot.
Yeah. You gotta like burn the boats, you know? You just can't. There's no backup plan. You're just going.
Yeah. That's facts.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Because I don't know if we talked about, I might have touched on it just a bit, but I wanted to do a podcast like for a while now. And last year I was actually going to move to Roseville. Did I already talk about this before? Yeah. So long story short, that didn't all work out. COVID hit. That didn't work out. I don't know if I even talked about this. When we met, I went to go get a haircut one day. Yeah. Did I talk about this as well? How I met him?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I mean, everyone already knows, but he's here real quick. So I'm gonna go get a haircut. Normally I go on Fridays to go get a haircut. You know, I went on a Wednesday and I seen Josiah there and he has a camera in his hand. And I've been thinking about like this last like few weeks, I gotta put this podcast together. What do I have to do? Right? Because I've been doing these videos called the Be Still Empire on my Instagram page for whoever follows that. I don't put videos out no more because I'm doing this, but it's just a lot to manage all at once. I should be able to do it. But anyways, I saw him, you feel me, at the barbershop, and I was like, he has a camera, it's Josiah. We talk about all these things, and like, boom, we put it together. So like, there was a time that I was like, even sitting like, I'm never going to do this, you know? Like, I'm never going to be able to get this thing done. Like, I say it all the time, I'm going to do it, but like, I don't know what to do. I don't know the first step to do. I'm on the computer looking up a bunch of different things. I don't know what's what. These things are costing thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to do that, you know? And then that's kind of like when I seen him and like it just happened to work out. He actually wasn't even gonna record for us. I was just gonna buy a camera and do the camera stuff ourselves, but it just all worked out. It worked out perfect. That's why I feel so like we got to see this through like all the way, years. Like we're putting our time into it just because I feel like the way it happened so like natural, you know, like getting this room, getting him, getting
supposed to happen.
It was like weird how it happened. You know,
all of this has been so. That's why when he told me that story the first time, I don't know what I said to him, but in my head I'm thinking, like, all right, you know, like I'm glad you told me this because like it does sound like I understood it, and like whenever like I have like a moment to where like, for instance, this last week and a half, we have not been shooting. That's why I apologize to everybody, but I was like, I had like a writer's block. I have no idea what to say. We need guests because I don't know what to bring. You know, like so I'm like, all right, like what's going on? Is this done? Are we done? Like, I don't know, you know, but like seeing things through, seeing the bigger picture and just keep it going, you know.
Just keep working. It's going to come eventually. As long as you work hard and you really love what you're doing, it's going to come eventually. Mm-hmm. So.
Josiah, did you have to go to school for any of your audio or anything? You just been learning off the fly off other people and things like that?
I never went to school, and
okay.
Proud to say that, you know, because a lot of people, man, they messed up. They went to like audio engineering college.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong; it's like a jump start.
Yeah.
But you can do other things with that money, like buy equipment. So I never went to school. I just learned from YouTube, man. YouTube University, podcasts.
That's like the second or third time we've shouted that out on the podcast for real.
Yeah.
But podcast, YouTube University, and
just messed around with a little bit courses, not really paid courses, but otherwise mentors, people like that. You know, I just constantly seeking people like, what can I do to get some knowledge off you? You know, like hit up studios. Like I used to hit up studios all the time. Like, shoot, I'll do whatever it takes, man. I'll sit there for free. You know, I just want the knowledge because knowledge is like in this craft is like an important thing. Like I noticed like some of the people I'm around now are like high end people. They like do high end concerts and their mixing skills are like way beyond like what I know. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing, if anybody's getting started in the creative world, is find you a mentor. Like one day, these kind of dudes will be 2 years of you doing it yourself. Yeah. So that's what it was. Like even with this video work that I do now, like that's not my main priority, but I learned so much of it in a short amount of time from like one mentor. Yeah. So mentors, the best thing you can do. You know. Find a way to help someone and how they can help you back, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that. That's why, you know, the Big Brothers podcast is kind of like,
we tried to be that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly what you was about to say.
You know, I mean, I look up to, you know, we all look up to, you know, people, you know, like a dad or like an older friend or a pastor or you know, whatever it is. Like we learn from them. We try to soak in game from like our grandparents and stuff like that, and we want to be able to give it back, you know, in whatever way we can. You know, obviously always in a positive way and always in a to like in a direction for someone to do good and to get out of a hole, out of a slump, you know, to pursue your dreams and stuff like that. You know, because it's a journey. You know, we just started this journey. We're about to get on another one. We're about to buy in a embroidery machine, and like that's like our next little thing that we got going on as well. And we're excited about it, man. I can't wait. I'm ready for it to get here now, you know. And
If
just,
you want to be successful, you gotta have multiple incomes.
yeah,
You can't rely on just
and
one.
honestly, you gotta bet on yourself, you know.
Yeah.
That's what that is, though. Is we're putting down a lot of money for it, but we're trying to see it through. Like we're actually kind of on the topic.
Yeah.
It's just we believe in it. You know what I mean? We can't put up this amount of money if you don't believe in it. You know what I mean? We'll just boom and we'll be broke type of thing. But we're gonna see it through. I actually seen like a post today, and it was basically saying like, if like you had 10,000 and something was $8,000, but it could potentially make you 100,000 in 10 years. Don't be dumb and be like, oh, I'll only have 2,000 if I give this 8 away.
Yeah.
Don't think like that. You got to think in the long run. What it could do? It could provide? You know what I mean? So, absolutely, you got to see it through. You got to have tunnel vision.
I think a lot of people do think that. Because even I'll speak for myself. Even I thought up until this whole podcast stuff, I always thought that like, oh, I'm not gonna buy that because, again, I'm only gonna have $2,000. Nah, I can't do it. Up until this, buying all the equipment and buying all this stuff like this has been the first time in my life where I've seen it for the bigger picture. Because again, like you said, you don't want to be on your deathbed someday and say, I wish. Denzel Washington said in a quote one time at a college or whatnot, at a speech, and he was like, you know, when you're on your deathbed, you don't want all these ghosts to come around your bed and be like, you could have been this, this. All you had to do was this. So one thing that never stops is time. Time's gonna come, and in 10 years from now, you know, where do you want to be? How do you want to see yourself? So go to you. I mean, for your future, what are your plans for your future for the things you have going on? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, in 5 years, like
10 years.
In 5 years, I better have some plaques on my wall. That's like the other day I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna buy a frame, and not put nothing in it until the plaque comes. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get it, but it's gonna be there one day with my name on it, not with some rapper's name or something, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's why I think now, like with music and stuff, like, you know, music is money too. So, but it takes such a lot of work just to get that little spike, you know?
Yeah.
Like you can work 10, 20 years and all of a sudden one day, that money will start coming in hot, you know? And I'm fine with that. I'm ready for the long run. You know, I was telling Sean, like, whenever I buy my equipment now, I'm just like, I'm thinking 10 years ahead. I'm not gonna buy something for this year, you know? I want it to last me forever because this is what I'm doing, you know? So I was like, I'm not thinking twice about it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So now I'm doing live audio and mixing. I've been working at shout out to Guild Studios and the Guild Theater. They basically got me started in the pro world and stuff like that. So been working there for like 3-4 years doing concerts, plays, and I learned so much, man. Like doing like stuff like that puts you in like high stress, you know? That's where you learn the most, like under pressure. I notice, like when you don't have something and they want it, or when they want to do this, but you can do it. You know,
Got to make something happen.
Yeah, you have to make it happen because they're paying like heck of money, you know? So that's why I learned a lot from there. Then like, I'm into like acoustics. If people don't know what that is, it's like your room, like how much it affects like sound in there. If you put a speaker in here, it's gonna sound different than it sounds outside. So I'm into acoustics. I built their little studio on the top floor over there, and start working there now since I have time. So from now on, I'm gonna be honestly, I just want to keep making beats, and I found some artists that I really like believe in. This other dude, it's hella crazy how I met this guy. It's kind of like how I met you, right? So this dude's name is Josiah, and he's my height, and he listens to the same music I listen to, and I like the same things. It's so weird, man. Like one day, I'll be walking my dog, just thinking like, man, we should make like a rock, like punk kind of song, you know? This dude hits me with the text that same moment, bro. Let's make a rock song. Check this song out. It's so weird, dude. The relationship I got with this guy. So yeah, me and him are definitely gonna work. He's someone I really believe in. So I'm gonna be making beats and you know, mixing his stuff and just making albums and stuff, you know.
That is dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I like to hear it, man. I like to see that your hands are in a bunch of things. And me and my mom were talking the other day kind of about like our future and stuff like that. What have we kind of got in plans? What are your visions? And I was like, this is the first time in my whole life where like I feel like all the things I'm kind of like, you know, how do I say it? get my hands into, like starting. I feel like this is the first thing ever in my life where I'm like, all these things that I'm starting to do with the machine, with the clothing, with the media, with all these things, it all goes they all have something that's similar. They all go hand to hand. So I'm like, I think that this is what I'm for. There's probably more out there as well, but right now this is like what you're kind of, you kind of feel like this is for me. So how can I start here, and then how can we just stay here, but just elevate this stuff, because this is what I want to do. This is for me. This can do all these certain things. It all goes hand to hand together, So kind of you doing the mixing, the mastering, the beats, the recording, the album, like all of that's kind of like it all has to revolve around somewhat the same thing.
Yeah, that's like a big thing I've been pushing lately is like find things that add to your goal. Like these past couple of years I've been doing something else that doesn't really add to my goal, but that's all right. It's a new season now, and now like every little thing I do, I'll be working mixing, or I'll be working with an artist, or I'll be working with you guys. It all adds to one goal, like where I want to go. It's like a super important thing. It's like basically everything you work adds to yourself and your goal. Like let's say you want to get better at, let's see, talking, then maybe find a sales job. If you want to get better at like, stuff like that, it's little things that add up to your things.
Yeah.
Even a retail job, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to start off, like if you can't get into a sales job, because some jobs are hard to find and get by. Like retail jobs, you can get that. So I'm a store manager at Foot Locker, so I try to tell everybody that I hire and stuff like that. Like, bro, take this as, like, obviously, like Foot Locker is just gonna use you. You know what I'm saying? Like any job is just gonna use you. So that's what they're here. You get paid minimum wage. That's what you're here for. Do the little work, whatever, so we can get big dollars. Sell this shit for us, so we don't have to do it. Use them though just as much as they're gonna use you. Use this as a learning opportunity, how to talk to all different types of people, all different ages, all different races, colors, all like you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. So just take it as a learning experience, so you can use this in going forward in life. Because learn how to talk to people is a big thing. Yep. You don't want to be awkward. You don't want to be none of that. You don't want to be able to, or you want to be able to hold a conversation with somebody. So that's important.
Sales is what did it for me. That was a big help for me, because talking is, like you said, very, very important. You go a far way, a long way with talking. Mm-hmm. If you can't talk, well,
yeah,
better.
That's crazy. Like, I don't know if anybody, like, if you guys are into books and stuff, but How to Win Friends and Influence People. Have you read that? Dale Carnegie? Mm-mm. I gotta get it. It's a fire book. It's like my top #1 book. It basically says like everything in life is gonna come to you if you have good relationships with people, and like you know how to talk to people and please people. Like where I was just working at Pizza Guys, I don't come at our employees saying like you have to do this, you have to do that. I tell them like how they want to see it, their perspective, because every perspective is different. So how would they want to see it? Like, well, at the end of the day, is you're helping yourself because it's easier and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just go like, oh, you're stupid, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that book is super important to me. I like read it once a year. That book really put me on a lot of stuff.
What book is it?
How to Win Friends and Influence People.
How to Win Friends and Influence People. Maybe we can put that in the thing.
Yeah.
I want to check it out.
Yeah, that's a must-read book.
I have been wanting to read books. I read the Bible.
Yeah.
I need to start doing that.
I want to read not that the Bible isn't good enough. Obviously, it's more than good enough. But I want to read something that kind of can help me with like kind of like that. Rich Dad Poor Dad, stuff like with talking and sales and being stuff like that. Like I've heard about these, but I've never went out and bought a book. Like buying a book is investing in yourself, believe it or not, because if you're not a good talker, if you're not good at this or this or this or this, books can really help you, like business or
As a fact, last book I bought was probably like a month ago, and it was a book, you feel me, of Spanish words, because I've been trying to learn Spanish more and more because my pops didn't help me enough, help him either, you feel me? But I'm trying to get it off the muscle. But books is cool. I like reading. I ain't gonna lie. I don't do it enough, but I enjoy reading when I'm reading. Like I read to my little brother sometimes, and like I never had a bad reading. Has always been all right. You know what I mean? Like it's a little like boring if you're just gonna read all day or something. But for sure, if you're reading like before bed or something, you have like a rhythm or something, or a long car ride or a plane. It's good to read a book. Personally, I enjoy books sometimes too.
It's different when you get older though, because as a kid, I'm like I hated it.
Yeah, you just don't think about I'm gonna sit there and read a book.
Like some kids are different. Some kids enjoy reading, and like the good kids and shit like that who actually did really, really, really well in school consistently all the time. But at most kids, like bro, I'm trying to go outside. I'm trying to go play. I'm trying to go play the game or do whatever. So But like for sure now, as you get older, it's like you start thinking about stuff, and it's like, why not? Like you just said, on the plane or on a
Instead of
long
listening
car
to
ride.
music or watching a movie or watching
Anything.
a TV, just we're not saying every single day, but like
Pick up a book.
Take an hour.
You'll learn something. You
That's
know what I'm saying?
my biggest thing is that like I do that for a few days and I'll like I'm gonna watch some TV for the next
Yeah,
week.
that's
you
what
know?
they get you. It's like a rhythm, man.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta get past that mental like break. Like the times I haven't been reading, then when I get back into it, I'm just like, what did I just read? And then you read it again. You're like, oh, what did I just read? And then it's like, but then when you get into a flow, you just read it and you register it all. It's like different.
You sent me a video and I can't tell you which video it was or exactly word from word, but basically our brains are trained to do like the same thing every day, right? We have our own routines, kind of like get up in the morning, drink your coffee, go to work, come home, shower, go to your bed, go to the couch, put TV on, same kind of thing. But if you want to be
Sounds like
more,
my day.
you want to do more, right? You have to start doing the other things like after work, we come here and we start working on the podcast before we even shoot a podcast. Or again, for anybody else who wants to do something else, after work, go home, shower, instead of going to your bed, grab something to eat,
Go to the gym.
Right, go to the gym, whatever it is. You start training yourself to do that in time. That's going to be your new routine. It's going to be like, I didn't go to the gym today or I didn't read a book today. That's weird. That's off. Why did I just go watch TV? That was something, Of course, you can take a break here and there, but like, I feel like once you get that routine down, like, I just think like the sky's the limit,
Makes it
right?
easier,
But it's hard to crack it. It's like
said
hard to
something
crack
like-
an addiction, It's like hard to do because you're so used to doing the same thing all the time. Even on the back of our minds, I know it's not just me. It's all of us in the room who are doing something, who's doing something, and we're probably thinking, man, I want to go do this, but I'm comfortable. I haven't showered. I haven't eaten. This is better for me. I'm good. I'm on the game. I'm on the game with it. Or this movie's interesting, or like I don't know, just sit here and listen to this new album that just came out. But in the back of our minds, we're like, I think this will be better for me, but tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, or maybe like Friday, or I don't know if I'm the only one, but I doubt it,
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
What kind of like who in the music industry influences you, or like what do you kind of like? Because anytime anyone loves something, I'm sure like someone before, like they've always influenced almost by something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a reason why you fell in love with it. You could have heard a beat that made you fall in love. Oh my, how they make that? That's what made you do it. So like, what got you into like wanting to be like, all right, I want to do this for like life, or like want to do this as my job.
Yeah. Back then it was different. Like I don't know why I go through weird stages with music. Like I used to listen to everything because I play drums and stuff. I play drums and bass and all that. But back then it was probably like rap and stuff. I was listening like Lil Durk and all that, like rap and stuff.
In high school, real quick,
Yeah.
all gold in my chain, all gold in my
Yeah.
watch. Remember how I said
Some
it?
shit of that
Don't
jazz.
This is where because we had the little G-Shock with the little gold and all gold in my watch.
G-Shock.
That's
I think
what-
it's jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even before that, I used to listen to like punk rock and like reggae and stuff like that. Just because I play music, I enjoy it all. Like I listen to anything, honestly, classical music, jazz, because it all like when you step into a different genre, the one you're in currently like changes on you, which is like good. Like nobody makes new music; it's all combined of a bunch of stuff. Like I don't know what that saying on art is, but that's basically what it was. So nowadays, I listen to like indie music. I try to stay away from like rap, honestly, because even while he was saying that subconscious is different, you listen to not negative, not 100% positive stuff. It's gonna affect you. Eventually, one way or another, you'll look at someone different because you heard something in a song. So now I just listen to like indie music, like shoot, what do I listen to? I listen to anything, man. I go through weird phases, dude. Yeah.
I was just telling my fault. My fault.
All right. When you first listen to a song, what do you listen to first? The beat, the lyrics, or like,
I had a weird problem. I couldn't. I honestly had this weird problem. I couldn't understand what people were saying.
okay.
Because I listened to the beat and how it's mixed and all that stuff so much. I was like, I just don't understand what they're saying.
That's crazy.
You're like,
Yeah,
how
it
does
was
this
weird.
even
Like my brain
match
just
up?
kicks it out and it pays attention to the beat and how they did that.
That's why I was asking, because
Yeah.
you being like that wanted to be your job, you're gonna be able to criticize things better than I would be able to, or like we all love music, but you're gonna know more of the little things, or oh, that beat, you feel me? You catch a little noises in the beat or whatnot that we
stuff like that, because all this stuff is so like you can get lost in like mixing and stuff like that. It goes so deep, like there's no end to it, you know.
Yeah.
It gets just finer and finer and finer, and mixing is not just simple up and down and stuff like that. So now when I hear music, I'm just like, oh, the saturation on this, or that it was mastered properly, or it's hitting right on both these speakers at the same time. It's like hard to explain to people how mixing works and like how it has to sound right on one speaker to the next. Like I have this little they call it like a grot box. It's like a trash speaker. It represents like basically every speaker out there. It doesn't sound good. It sounds horrible. But if you get it right on the speaker, it sounds good on every other speaker. Oh. And Michael Jackson Thriller was mixed on these speakers. And that's one of the best mixed on all time. Yeah. Yeah. But it's just a little trash speaker, bro. It freaking hurts your ears. It's like straight ear rape.
It's that's funny. You kind of said that. I was actually on the way over here. I was telling him because I've been listening to country music lately.
Yeah, I love country music.
My brother's like, stop listening to that guy, you know. And
I just give him shit.
it's just a joke, but like I have been listening to country music lately because, like you just said, like I told him in the car, I was like, I like rap. My favorite music is rap music and oldies, but rap music I would say more of the time that's what I'm listening to in the car. But I was over the last, I don't know, few weeks, I would say, and like I love it, but not all of it is positive, you know. And I'm trying to like be more positive of a person and just be better, think better. And
I'd say honestly, it's been all this year, bro. Yeah. Like before Tahoe, you was like, bro, I don't listen to music in the car anymore.
Sometimes
like,
I just sit
there
in
nature.
Thinking. Yeah, sometimes
I just be sitting there thinking. Got
just,
a lot of stuff in my mind, going through some stuff.
That's true. I'm just it's definitely like when I came from San Diego, I kind of fell back into like the back home thing, kind of like not losing myself, but just not really caring, right? Not really. But like this last year, like I've had like another like fresh breath of air, like, all right, Sean, like what can I do to really like better my mind? Because again, my mind is what beat me up so bad that I moved to San Diego. Like your mind is a lot stronger than you may think, right? We are our biggest critics. We are all these things. It's like you could be walking in the store and a bunch of guys or girls laugh next to you and you're like, why are they laughing at me? They probably don't even know you're even right there, you know? So like I try not to put negative things in my mind. So that's why I've been on country. That's why I'm even on oldies, you know, because it's all just like positive music and stuff like that.
I love oldies too. I like singing, like when there's good singers. You feel me? I like rap for sure, obviously, but like my favorite is like for sure oldies.
I like oldies too,
and
man.
then like I like when they can sing good, like when someone can sing good. Like when they can hit that little like higher and then lower or whatnot.
Yeah,
that goes
what was
crazy.
that song you were singing the other day?
Which one?
The Henny song or the?
Oh yeah. Which one? They did a little remix there, like
E&J by my side.
Yeah, and he's what he said though. When he
said
started off,
he's on Henny like $40.
this shit like $25.
He actually sent it to me the other day.
It's full like song. Yeah, but nowadays, my bad. But like what inspires me most now is like Michael Jackson and like these last couple 3-4 years, like I just nonstop always Michael Jackson. Earth, Wind, and Fire, like Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars. Like I like funk music now. I like organic music and when it's actually played with like instruments. It's not all fake, you know, on the computer and stuff. It's a different sound. It's a different vibe, you know.
I do love the different like beats. Like a lot of the beats we listen to, I feel like are around the same. Has that like bass, you know, to get people like hype or whatnot. But the ones that are like have their own like thing to it. That's why I like Joe Blow a lot. A lot of his beats are different and they just have like a little like things in it. Like you just hear all the different noises. I love that. I love that. I definitely love the beat. I have to go with the lyrics too, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think my biggest thing with music is I don't know, my brother knows, but he knows if I'm listening to a song for the first time or whatever, I have to look at the lyrics to know.
You got blessed with Apple Music.
To know what they're saying as well. I'm like, what did he just say? I gotta watch the lyrics, bro. Yeah, I gotta watch the lyrics, bro.
They don't drop them every time though. Like if someone drops a new album, they won't always have the lyrics right away.
This man will be sitting there like this, like
I'm on that Buka album right now, and sometimes it'd be hard to hear what he's saying, but he'd be going crazy at the same time. I ain't gonna lie.
No, yeah, but
you like Buka? We were talking, you know, we were talking about him
like that. That's I heard.
We were talking about it a little bit, but we didn't continue on with our conversation. We were just like talking
like that. But he's cool though.
Yeah, I barely like I listened to him, but then I barely just like this is the first album I downloaded from him. You know what I mean?
He had Minnie Mouse in the car the other day. Who is that? Who is this guy? Minnie Mouse? See Minnie. He's like, this is probably his worst song. I wasn't a Minnie Mouse singing. He's all, you mean Little Mouse? So what are the odds of him? I say Minnie Mouse.
That's not his name. That was Buka, but it was like that was probably
Oh, that was
his weakest
Buka?
song. That's probably his
He
weakest song.
sounded
on
like
the
Minnie
album.
Mouse. I was like, bro, turn this off. I'd rather just stop
You
my
mean
country.
Little Mouse? It's not Minnie Mouse. It's Little Mouse.
Lil Mouse.
He sounded like Minnie
Lil
Mouse.
Mouse
That's
was
what I'm
a hitter
saying.
from Chirac.
I'm saying,
Young age.
I said it sounds like Minnie Mouse. You should have heard it. You should stop the song one of these days. Y'all need to hear this song. Y'all, I didn't like it. No disrespect to the
Worried
person
about
rapping
Buka
it.
still goes hard. Shit.
Is that Buka? See, I don't know who Buka is.
all right? It'll be all right.
I don't know who Buka is. He's new. He's a new artist.
Nah, he rap with.
He's been around?
Dirt.
He be rocking with Dirt.
He's been
real?
rocking. I don't know if he's been rapping though. Like he probably been rapping. He just ain't putting shit out like that though.
He's like, he,
Dirt pushed him like way hard, or he be trying to push him hard. I fuck with Buka. I gotta. Let's start listening.
he
from
played a
Dirt.
song yesterday though from Buka, and he sounded different. But
That's what I'm saying. It was just a different song.
that
He
one
was
song,
trying
I
to-
was like, bro, I don't know who this is, but I can't.
That's all right.
Buka. So shout out
Alright.
Buka.
Do you be ever making music, or you just strictly stick to the beats?
Like singing and rapping.
You ever
stuff?
try? You ever try to get on the mic? You just
I
think
tried.
that's not for you?
That's not for me. I don't know
You
why.
just don't
You
feel
try to
as
sing or you
natural.
try to rap?
I tried to sing and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I still wish I could sing, dude.
Hell
I
yeah.
wish I
Yeah.
could sing too.
Hell yeah.
Because sometimes I'll be like, man, these guys are like, I'll hear a song and be like, man, these guys are trash. I could do it way better, but then I can't sing.
So if someone really can't really sing, can you mix it good to
Oh,
where?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the-
I might have to
bro,
get up
like,
in there.
Have you
'cause
ever
if-
heard Young Thug, bro?
Yeah, Young Thug,
Like,
Future,
see?
and all them. It's auto-tuned to
It's
the max.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Thugger sounds
Because
bad
everyone was
in
like,
the stew.
we didn't know T-Pain could sing, but he could.
Yeah.
because
T-Pain can actually sing
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying though. If you were that bad,
Thug.
could you make it sound
No.
good?
It's
Every
bad.
every song you hear nowadays is auto-tune.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical auto-tune. It's called Melodyne. It's like they literally pick where they want it to go. It's not automatic.
Do you have that on your
Do you ever,
Yeah.
you
I
ever
don't know
slap
about
Broad
Jermaine.
Wave?
No, his too. It cleans up everything.
They
Like
probably make it sound a little bit clean. Yeah,
it's the only way to get a polished
his
sound.
shit though, and
Yeah.
live.
Oh,
sound-
auto-tune's live too, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know
100%.
because 21 Savage did not sound like 21 Savage, bro.
You know what? I actually wouldn't think. I would have never thought about that. But last weekend, 2 weeks ago in church, the stuff in the church when they were singing, the girl's voice sounded way different. They're
Yeah.
like, "Sorry, we have technical difficulties."
It's like,
It fixed, and she sounded like, "Oh, this sounds good." Not
Yeah.
saying she didn't sound good. It was a new girl. It wasn't the OG girl that we have there, but it was a new girl, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" Like she still sounds good, but like it's not what I heard
not the same.
in the beginning of
They're
this.
mixing that
You know,
shit.
That's, yeah, I was
and
about
then
to say they do.
the
auto-tune
audio
at
came on.
churches.
I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah." So they all have.
Yeah, live is like it's weird, man. What they hear on stage? Because I play like in a worship band. You know, we use Ableton, which is what everybody uses when they play live. It's like you hear the click in one ear, you hear the backing tracks and stuff like that, and then you have the auto-tune set up through that too. So it's crazy how stuff works on stage. It's not what you think, you know. Like in the in-ears, you think, oh, this is slapping in there. It's something completely else. There's
Yeah.
some dude on a mic in the background, like, oh, we're going to key B or we're going to that, you know, like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can,
So
it's
like
crazy.
even while they're singing, they'll hear something like that.
Yeah, so like it's called Ableton Live,
Uh-huh.
right? You use a little keypad, you hit the next song. Every live performer uses that. That's the only way to get it sound like an album, live.
Yeah.
So and there would be a click, like a metronome, like ding, 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 and then there would be a little robot, or if you want to do it yourself, it'd be like, all right, we're going to the bridge. All right, chorus 1, 2, 3, and then yeah.
We need to make a song.
And we've been talking about that
we need to make a little song.
for the intro.
Since he could do all these things, we need to make
Yeah.
a little something, get a little beat, get something going, get some
That'd be heckin' funny though.
get people
Lyrics
to-
is the hardest part.
Lyrics, I think I feel like my brain works really well with lyrics. I feel like I'm
freestyling.
good at that.
Yeah, if we write something down, I can come with a couple bars.
Yeah, I think I can do the
just
same
messing
thing.
around.
Yeah, but Bert, what do you say? Put you in the dirt.
Yeah, see, that's cap though. You feel me? That's a couple of years ago. That's all cap. So it's easy to
Yeah.
lie. You feel me? I'm not trying to lie no more.
What
That's
was it though?
bad.
What
You
was
feel
it though?
me?
What was it you said?
I don't
Give
remember.
us a
I'm not
little
talking
bar.
about that. I'm not
No,
talking about that.
No, because I have a song out too, and I look back on it, I'm like, psst,
We
what was
ain't
I
talking about no
saying,
music.
bro? Like, why'd I say those things?
I need
you
1,000 likes if you want to see the song. You feel me?
That's a good one, huh? Get us 1,000 likes and we'll drop the
1,000
link.
likes
We'll,
and
we'll
we'll
drop the
drop
link
it
in the bio.
for
It's on
sure.
SoundCloud. What was it? Money.
So you're knocked. Shut up, nigga. Shut
You
up.
actually have a song in there?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's a fire.
Yeah.
We need that
You
too.
remember? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Maybe
get-
maybe when we blow up, then we'll do
slap
some-
it.
Yeah.
So he's probably gonna he watched our podcast. My cousin Joe's, he made a little.
He goes
he
like, for
hates it.
10,000 for 10,000.
He hates it. So he
Like,
made
why
a-
do you want to keep bugging me?
So he
about
made a
it?
freestyle with my cousin back in the days. He was a little kid.
He's like 8
was
years
raw.
old. Like,
yeah,
for real.
raw.
little. So I'm not even gonna say nothing, but I always tell him, Joe's, bro, like, let's put your freestyle on the podcast and you a new freestyle.
Breakfast Club.
I was like, I'll pay you 10,000. but he's all bone. Why you want to put it on there? Why you want? I'm like, bro, we're gonna pay you 1,000 or 10,000. You know.
Asking him. He's like, if you weren't guaranteed for Breakfast Club, go on there and show the rap for 10,000, you wouldn't do it. He's like, Bone, why do you always want to be bugging about this? He's like, I always want to talk about this all the time. It's just
He gets
hella
irritated.
Oh,
He gets
shit.
irritated. But back in the days, he used to be a little. He's the
was
one.
raw.
Joseph was raw back in the days. Yeah, he's raw. I think he.
Being hella little too.
I still think he can still be raw, honestly, but I think he just thinks.
don't
I think
try
he
ever.
just thinks too much now. I think as you get older, you probably just think too much about it, you know. Because he actually made a song one time too. We actually made a little song and said
That's
some
still
good.
cool.
I actually like the first recording I did in here. It was me and him. We went and got some Mexican food. We came over here. We put the little beat on. I was recording, and he said some shit. I was like, you know, like he still got it.
In the booth.
You know, he's giving a little word up. So I tell my cousin, one of my cousins actually raps. I'm like, come on, come over here and come get in the booth. You know, I actually do want to get him on here as well. Talk about his little, you know, his little music and YouTube stuff. The one
Just the intro song.
the intro song, yeah, Jew Bang, Tax Team Takeover, but Jew Bang, we gotta get Jew Bang.
Drew
in
Bang.
here.
Look him up on the
if-
gram, Drew Bear.
Yeah, no, not Jew Bear,
It's
is
not,
it?
no.
What is it on? I don't. It's Casemiro or something like that.
I'm not sure, but we call him Bear. That's why.
Call him
Drew
Bear, yeah, call him Bear. Boo Bear. Carlos calls him Boo.
Boo Bear.
We're setting them up. We're setting both of them up today. No, but nah,
Oh,
man.
man.
I wanted to ask you because we keep dropping the Juice Audio. You have a YouTube page, Juice Audio, right? Is that your
yeah.
full name? So we'll
Yeah.
drop that. He's gonna drop that. Everybody in the thing. I'll drop it in the description. And so talk to us real quick. What is it Juice Audio does on YouTube? So for the ones who may be interested, or what is it you do on YouTube?
So all on YouTube, I understand that there's nobody else, like a lot of people like me, so nobody in this area is gonna listen to it. Like my parents are not gonna listen to it, you know what I'm saying? Or my brother or something like that, you know? So I do like DIY stuff, like how to make the echo go away in your room, or how to build diffusers, or review on like some speakers that you use in the studio and stuff like that. Yeah. So I've been doing that kind of stuff, but I've only dropping like a video like every 5 months. But a couple of my videos, it's crazy to see, like I'm just getting started or something. And you know, I'm just getting started, but I'm not like a million subscribers or nothing, but I have like 200. But it's crazy to see how many people like hit you up. Like, you know, like when you're in like a little niche like this, there's not a lot of people like that. They'll hit you up and be like, man, I like your content. And they follow you on Instagram. And then there's like heck of people in my comments. I feel like there's like a community, like I'm actually helping people, you know?
Yeah.
There's like a little
It's
community
dope.
on there. They're just saying
That's
like,
just
oh,
tight.
dude, like appreciate it. And like, I was like, dang, that's like super motivational. Like I didn't know it was like that, you know?
It's dope.
Yeah.
I went to the day before Halloween. I went to Journeys in the mall, and I was buying these Converse to go with my little outfit.
My
and
bad,
some
by
and
the
some
way.
guy, you're all good. Some guy was like, "Hey, you do a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, He's like, I seen someone post something about it, and I watched. He's like, "That's you? Like, that's your podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, it's our podcast." He's like, "Bro, that's dope. I subscribed." The one about, I forgot which one he says, like the one about this and this. He's like, "That was hilarious." I think it was the one, episode 5, talking about how one of our people shit on the car and stuff like that. He's like, he's like, I was dying. He's like, that was hilarious. And he was like, "Is that Quincy in the podcast too? Quincy at Foot Locker?" I was like, "Yeah, he's in it." And my brother Isaiah, he's like, "Bro, that's," so that right there
Yeah,
was
dude.
dope. Like that was like
Yeah.
super cool to hear. Remember, we were at the movie theaters one time. And I think our first episode might have just dropped, and there was a bunch of like younger like girls and boys and stuff like that. And someone walked through the movie theater, and they're like, "Oh my god, like so and so did fuck Jenny 69." You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "How dope would that be if they're like, oh, it's Big Brothers?" You know what I'm saying? I was like,
That's dope. Yeah.
Because that's what we're trying to not like.
Yeah.
We're not trying to be famous, but we're like trying to be like mentors. You know, we want to be like, oh, it's Big Brothers podcast, but they're like learning something from us.
Yeah.
You know, because we're not doing like little
Yeah.
kid bits or nothing. But I'm saying like even if people could be genuinely happy to see us, I'm assuming it's because they're happy with our content. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that's what's dope. I think.
Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels good to like give back, you know.
Yeah.
Because everything I've learned is from someone else, you know.
Yeah.
So like to give back, like whether it's to YouTube or helping you guys, it's like crazy, you know. Like it just feels good.
we
like,
do appreciate it
feels
for
right,
real.
you know?
We do
Yeah,
appreciate it.
And you've
all
always
good.
said that too, so
Yeah.
that's not no cap.
It's
That's
yeah.
not nothing like
From
you
the
said that from the
beginning.
jump. Yeah.
It's an important thing, man, to help other people. Then it all comes back to you, you know.
Yeah.
That's a great mindset to have too,
Yeah.
honestly.
That's true.
Not many people be thinking like that.
Yeah, it's a big thing, man. Like I've been like I gotta give a shout out to like my church, like as my dad was a pastor's kid, you know. I don't know if you know about pastor kids, but they grow up like all these hood rats and stuff. You know about that, like with memes and stuff. Yeah, it was bad for a minute, but one thing I didn't realize is like how much it impacted my life, you know?
Yeah. No.
Like I told these young kids, it's like, dude, like I used to be like you, like not wanting to come and serve and stuff because I serve every Sunday. And then I was like, just look at me now, you know, like I'm making money and all our families are blessed. And like this generation that served in church is going to be rich, you know, and just not saying like it's like that, but like, you know, we're blessed because we've been able to help others, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think like to kind of say like more of us, not speaking for any of us because I feel like we all do a good job at it, but more of us as just human beings, right? Because we kind of went back. We said something about the homeless, how like we should be able to do more for them and stuff like that, but they don't care for the little people, right? I feel like if it doesn't benefit someone's pockets or benefit someone else, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
But I feel like what we want to, you know, as much as we want to push content, funny stuff, educational stuff, media stuff, all these other things, we have to go off the name Big Brother, a big, you know, so like we're here to like say like, you know, we've said it before. If you see someone who needs someone in need, or if you know someone doesn't have food, or if you are able to do something for someone and it may not benefit you in a way of like building up your pockets or whatever, or you know, do it anyways. You know, being a good person goes a long way. Being a good person, making someone's day, just being there for someone because you never know what someone may be going through, you know? Like, even though I talk to y'all all the time, like, I don't know when I'm laying in bed and I'm praying for everybody, I don't know what my brother's thinking about at night or what you're thinking about or what you're going through. So, like, who knows about a stranger you've never met or someone like that at school, someone getting picked on or whatnot. Like, it's cool.
Try to do whatever you can.
It's cool to be good. It's cool to help. It's cool to lead by an example. And, I don't know, you know, just kind of just going off the big brother stuff. Like, you don't got to be an actual big brother or big sister to do that, but being a big brother to a friend or to someone in need or whatnot, just being a helping hand and always, you know, being there for them. Because as you get older, you realize these things. As a young kid, as a teenager, and sometimes even adults, you know, it takes a long time for people to realize that, you know, I just want to like help. If I can help you, I'm gonna help you. If I can, you know, you don't want to do things selfishly, right? You want to do things out of just straight love and just straight kindness. And like you said, my biggest blessings have come from helping people, and I feel the same way.
That's a big thing, man.
I never feel no types of way. I was in San Diego one time, and in San Diego, if y'all know, I was broke living in San Diego. I worked 12-hour days just to be able to pay rent and all these things. One day I got a haircut, right? I have $25 in my pockets. All I have for the rest of the week, a homeless man comes up to my car. I was like, I'll give him money, right? I have a 20 and I have a 5 in separate pockets. I went in my pocket and I gave him the $5. I'm driving. I'm thinking, I'm about to put gas in my car. I had no gas. I got to drive 40 minutes to go home. I go to the gas station. $5. I'm thinking, damn, I just gave this man $20. I gave him my gas. What are the odds of this? Not even 5 minutes later, I'm sitting there. I put $5 in my tank. I get a Venmo, $100. I said, what are the odds of that? Like, how did this person, shout out my mom, what are the odds of this person just Venmoing me money out of nowhere? Didn't say nothing. I wasn't going to ask for help. I was like, I got to just get home and I'll figure it out, you know? $100 filled up my tank, got home. But I was like, that's so crazy. Like, I didn't feel no types of way when I gave them, you know, when I got to the gas station, like, oh, that's why I just feel like, you know, we're not bullshitting when we talk about the Big Brother thing. It's all like we all really have it in us, you know, of helping and
being
not
generous.
being genuine about it.
And everybody on the camera, like he means it, you know. Like ever since the jump, like I wouldn't be here if I didn't believe in Sean and everybody else here. So it was a big thing. I knew when Sean was talking about it, he's like, this is what he wants to do, you know. Like this is how he feels, and like he wants to help others through this way, you know. There's many ways to help other people. And I've definitely been helped through podcasts, so I knew like podcast is like a huge thing. It helps me in so many things, you know. And this podcast one day is going to be a blessing to other people, and it's like it's crazy, man. And we're just getting started, but it's going to be something, you know.
Yep, absolutely.
Feel to my
Baby
bones.
steps is the beginning. But fuck
Feel
it.
to my bones. Y'all have any closing statements? Anything y'all want to ask our special guest? Juice Audio, everybody, is on Big Brothers Podcast.
Need y'all following.
Juice
subscribing.
Audio.
Somewhere.
Juice
Leave
Audio.
comments.
Somewhere over there.
He's Juice. You gotta put your ad in
Yeah,
there.
but
He's got to
Juice
do
Audio
it. This is the
is-
man
I'm over
behind
here
the screen.
pointing. You feel me? So I try to put it with my fingers. I pointed everywhere. So I put it somewhere where my finger was
This
at.
is the man,
Shit.
right here. Boom. Drop the link
You
right
feel
here.
me? Bam,
Whatever.
right there.
Do you have any closing statements you want to ask or say?
I'll just let people know if you guys are creative and you're scared or to do something, just don't think twice and do it, and it's gonna come eventually. You know, I'm so glad I didn't give up on what I want to do. Not that I'm someone huge right now or nothing, but I feel like I'm getting started now, and you know, like just
stayed
don't
the
give
course.
up. Yeah, just don't give up on what you really have dreams. Like your family, sometimes your family don't agree with you. You know, like I had to drop out of college and stuff to do this stuff too. So just do what you want, man, and trust me. Like once you get good at it, people will pay you to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in.
And the reason it ain't come yet is because either one, you ain't working hard enough, or two, your time just ain't come yet.
Yep.
You feel me? So
Yep.
Yes, sir.
that's the only reason. Stay the course.
Man,
Shout out Herbo.
thank y'all for tuning into Big Brothers Podcast. I wanted to try that. Shout out $1 million worth of game because they did that. Thank y'all, everybody, for coming in. I miss y'all faces, man. I see this guy every day.
I see you every day too, motherfucker.
Man, I see him too much. Honestly, be pissing me off.
And I don't even do nothing. I'll talking about all that generosity and just being grateful and being kind and all that shit. He's just talking about. Look at that. See that? He be lying. He be lying.
He be bullshitting
Yeah,
sometimes. You know,
right.
so be bugging me. Now it's all love. I appreciate all of you for who are still tuned in, logged in, who's showing love,
watching.
who just watching the videos, in the DMs, in the comments. Keep it going. You know, appreciate it.
For real. One more time, shout out.
Appreciate it. For
Juice
real.
Audio. For
Shout out
real.
Juice Audio. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night and tune in
I've been
tomorrow.
overthinking